We will meet again, Kay, very, very soon. And next time, I won't let you go so quickly. Please don't. Dating sims can span from cute and wholesome to downright strange and unusual, and I'm on the hunt for the freakiest dating sim that there is. So if you're new here, hi there, my name's 𝗪𝗡𝗄𝗏, but you guys can call me Kay, and in today's video we're playing a monster dating sim called Don't Eat the Cashier. So let's just dive right into it. What are your pronouns? She, her. Okay, let's pick the more feminine body type. And my name is Kay. Your name is Kay, that is correct. Sometimes I really wonder, how did I end up here? Not that I dreamed of a career as a neurosurgeon or an astronaut, but for crying out loud, working at a gas station. On the other hand, money is money. I sent out resumes to every conceivable and inconceivable place, applying for every position where I could somehow use my degree in art. 0 responses. I had to swallow my pride and find at least something. Human organism wanted for work at gas station. Well, that's a good start. Organism's duties include selling food for mouth silence and obedience, household tasks, obeying those who are more ancient, friendly team offers, new and old faces of friends, long and different life, consumption of nourishment, juicy juices, trips to human places. Found this note stuck to the glass of the bus stop. Food for mouth? Seriously? The guy's got a style of his own. Apparently the manager is just an eccentric dude. Or is this their new marketing tactic to grab attention? Whatever, people often told me that I have my quirks too, and that's even if they haven't seen my fursuit. We're a furry? I love that! Well, whatever. As long as he's not a complete jerk, he'll hit me or make me scrub the floors with a toothbrush. What the hell is that? I didn't scream. I couldn't move. My brain feverishly tried to find any category for this in its database. Hallucination, psychosis, too many energy drinks, a typical middle manager. The monster from my nightmare stirred. Its tentacles crept closer to the counter. My God. The creature made a sound, not from a mouth, it had none. The sound emanated from deep within its bulk, hollow, profound, bone shaken. His name's Bob? Greetings, organism. I am Biob. I'm going to just call him Bob, so it makes it easy on me. The indescribable and terrifying consumer of worlds. But you, grain of sand, may call me Manager Bob. No. This isn't real. I'm dreaming. I need to wake up. You will sell food for mouths and obey me, for I am ancient. Memorize the rules of this establishment, for my patience is as limited as the salary I offer you. Rule number 1, you sell, no matter what, chicken food for the mouth, gremlin fuel, noodles made from cursed souls, lottery tickets for extra limb raffles, discount raw, ritual foil, everything must be sold. He points directly at me with that creepy slimy tentacle. Every miserable unit of currency brings me closer to my triumphant exit from this pitiful hole. I pinched myself, but didn't wake up. Rule number 2, be polite to customers, ignore bald spots in werewolf fur, and watch out for drafts when ectoplasmic energetic entities are in the store. What? But don't let them get too bold. Customers are just walking containers for currency, and they should only pay in monetary, am I saying that right? Units. Payment in existential dread of or hair of the dead is not accepted. Many of them come here just to chat because they are idle and purposeless organisms. Your task is to make them part with their currency anyway. It is also your duty to heal organisms if they are injured using special kits. If they die, they can't give away currency. Werewolves, ectoplasm entities, and what the hell are you anyway? Hold back. Excuse me, dear sir, you seem to have mentioned werewolves and ectoplasm. Silently tremble with fear. I feel like I'd be too scared to say anything, so I'm going to say silently tremble with fear. All of this just doesn't fit in my head. I'm shaking so much that the cheap plastic badge pinned to my uniform rattles. I'm the embodiment of pure, unadulterated terror. This is the correct reaction when confronted with a superior entity. Your fear is evidence of a functional survival instinct. However, it is completely unacceptable. Many of our customers enjoy seeing a smiling muscle spasm on the face of the serving organism. Burst into tears, demonstrate a crooked smiling muscle spasm. Let's try that, let's do as he says. I gather all the remaining motor control that isn't currently engaged in convulsions, then I take a shaky breath and attempt to smile. The corners of my mouth twitch upwards, but not in sync. I can feel one side higher than the other. Acceptable. Oh, got a little love heart then. The asymmetry is a bit distracting, but the main muscle groups are activated in the correct configuration. You have successfully created a smile. Maintain this configuration in all customer interactions. He suddenly places a jar in front of me on the counter. And the last rule, remember organism, this tip container must be filled with money by the end of your wake cycle. If the bottom of the jar is visible, did he just tap it? You will clean the sanitary rooms with the object in the dimension of absolute horrors and suffering for 2,510 years. I couldn't take my eyes off the fork, the potential tool of my eternal servitude. At this moment, my mind fully capulated. Yes, I was hired by a multi-eyed cosmic architect squid. Yes, my clients will be non-humans. Yes, I'm being threatened with a fork and eternal toilet cleaning. How could anyone clean anything with a fork? The same will happen if you even think of escaping before the end of your work contract. My ocular sensorium, my god, it needs to stop giving me big words to say, perceives the subtlest of matters. It will detect you in any corner of this pitiful planetary sphere. Crap, I'm stuck here. I'm in a trap. Do you understand organism? 2,510, why not 2,511? Let's just say yes, sir. Acceptable. We got another little love art. Goodbye, organism. Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing. Could you show me how to... Can you show me how exactly do I press the buttons? Point at the buttons on the vending machine. Yes, I think I can handle this perfectly. Maybe we should ask? I point at the sticky buttons on the vending machine. Bob's central eye looks at my finger, then at the machine, then back at my face. The creature sighs. A tentacle extends from his body with torturous slowness. With the drama of a pianist playing the last tragic note, the tip of the tentacle presses down. Click. Bob waits expectantly. Got it. I don't want to piss him off anymore. Your capacity for learning is phenomenal. This concludes the briefing. Do not tremble anymore and be a brave organism in the future, but if it benefits business, then tremble. He didn't turn around as a human would. His tentacles simply shifted his entire mass in another direction with a soft gurgling sound, and he waddled across the linoleum. Some of these words may look easy to say, but I am terrible at this, so apologies if I'm pronouncing anything incorrectly. Finally, he left me alone. The silence at the gas station was broken only by the hum of refrigerators containing juicy juices and the buzzing of the neon lamp above my head. I stood in the same spot, as if rooted to the ground. My breath returned to me in a sharp, uneven gasp. My hands were shaking. The tip jar, which I needed to fill to avoid ending up in a dimension of ancient horrors, still stood proudly on the counter. Okay, so what just happened? Option 1. I've gone insane. That's the most logical conclusion. Prolonged stress from job hunting, malnutrition, nerves, anxiety, a disrupted sleep schedule. My brain just malfunctioned. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to wake up on my couch in my dingy rented apartment. I pinch myself again, and nothing. I scanned the room once more. It smelled of gasoline and old coffee. It was still absurdly real. And that meant everything he said. It was all true. Werewolves, vampires, tips, the fork. A hysterical mix of laughter and a scream of terror welled up in my throat, but I held it back. I needed to get through this. I need to... Oh no. Don't tell me that's the first customer. Bells? What the hell? Oh, who the hell is this? Where the hell did this clown come from? Well, I've got experience in a clown dating sim, as my last video was a dating sim about dating clowns, which I'll leave a link to down in the description below if any of you would like to check that out. I highly recommend that you do so. Where the hell did this clown come from? It took great effort not to look away from those red eyes, burning in the pitch black darkness. Is he amused? Is he wondering if I'm tasty? Bob didn't exactly give any guarantees that I wouldn't get devoured at work. My brain, still recovering from the encounter with Bob, was frantically trying to figure out how to break this ringing silence. You can't just appear with the sound of a creepy piano, sir. Isn't it strange that I work at a gas station for a couple of bucks, yet you are the one who wears the jester's hat? Good evening, sir. What would you like to purchase? Please don't eat me. I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier. Now let's remain professional and calm. Okay, purchase. He's not bad looking. I would like to purchase your attention. Okay, I suppose that's free. It's sort of included in the service package. I suppose it's free. Make a wink, but only for you, sir. You're lucky, esteemed sir. My attention is on sale today. I'm not sure that's on the sales list. However, there's plenty of other things. What would you like to purchase? Okay, I'm not going to flirt, as I don't think that would be something I would do. I'd be too nervous to. Especially with monsters. We'll say, I suppose that's free. It's sort of included in the service package. My dear, what a charmingly naive idea. Nothing of value is truly free. Especially when it comes to such a beautiful, modest lady. However, I'm not one of those who think modesty befits anyone. I believe it needs to be fit on like trousers, which is my least favourite piece of clothing. What is he, like a jester? Let's consider it a special gift for a special client, judging by the look in your eyes. You're first. I don't even know what's better. This guy's my first customer, or an exoplasmic entity, or ectoplasmatic. I'm really struggling to say some of these words. My god, another crazy person with a strange way of speaking, and it seems he's in the mood for a chat. So, what is a beautiful, charming lady like you doing in such a dreadful, dirty island of misfortune? Or rather, what is a place like this doing with such a charming lady as you? We have just met. You've got no idea how charming I am. Oh wait, where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, most of which are not fit to be spoken in the company of a lovely lady. The nicest I've heard is the Mad King, a title I plan to pass from me to myself for the coming centuries. Okay, Darian? However, my mortal mother named me Darian. Okay, I might be pronouncing that wrong, I don't know. Darian? We'll say Darian for now. Now, may I have your hand? Sorry, my mother told me not to offer my hands to strangers, or any other parts of me, sir. Oh, your highness. No, screw it, we're gonna offer him our hand. He suddenly bows his head and presses his lips to my knuckles. Meeting you is truly a pleasure, and we've got a little heart then. His lips are cold, yet a ghostly warmth spreads across my skin. So here I am, dealing with a real gentleman, how lovely, or a king, as he calls himself. Of all the kings and emperors locked in their soft chambers, this one has probably found a way to escape. May I know your name? I don't immediately realise he's asking me a question, still in the days for that gentlemanly kiss. My name is Kay. I am also a queen, the queen of the gas station. My name is Kay, sir. I refuse to reveal my true name. Demons always do terrible things with them. My name is Kay, but my friends call me Big D, or they would if I had any. Let's just say my name is Kay. Let's keep it simple for now. Ah, my dear Kay, you are so polite. It seems to savour my name. It sends shivers down my spine. And that politeness again, as dry and bland as the rations I give my soldiers, excuse me, the most creaky of all the decrees I've signed. And I've signed decrees that required people to weave ropes from sand, just for fun, mostly mine. Polite people never risk anything. No friends, no enemies. How was that interesting? Imagine how wonderful it would be if we became enemies. Those would be the most interesting few seconds of your life. Or friends, then it would be a delightful eternity. Honestly, I'm ready to become anything for tips. Offer him a friendly pinky finger. Do you know what? Screw it. We're going to say it all lovers. Yeah, you didn't see that one coming, did you? Now we've got him blushing. He blinks. Once. Twice. What a delightful little twist in our script. Did I just fluster him? I think, yeah, we did. My sunshine, you burn me. Such bravery to flirt with someone who can turn your bones into licorice with a snap of his fingers. He's so flustered that he's shifted to a more informal tone. Well, well. I feel like my brain is turning into jelly. I don't understand when we'll finally get to the point. Actually, it's not all that bad. Say that? Maybe I've just been spoiled by all those mangas about sinister and tragic monsters. Though the only tragic thing about this client so far is his tragic unwillingness to buy my discount raw. So, let's finally get to the purpose of my visit. Finally. It's completely unknown to me. Oh, for crying out loud. There's nothing interesting in this assortment of this pathetic chat, except for you, so I'm buying your time. Let's have dinner. I'm sure you must be hungry. Oh no. Allow me to create a more pleasant atmosphere for us. This is pleasant. I'm shivering from a gust of icy wind. He just teleported half of my gas station to a radioactive dump. Or a radioactive dump to my gas station. And the jar is gone. My freaking jar. Put it back. The way it was. And the jar. Looks like my rental apartment, but it seems to smell less now. What a wonderful place for dinner. Radioactive cockroaches on the menu. Let's be cocky. Of course. A local delicacy. Pan-fried in their own radioactive juices to preserve the flavour. Crispy on the outside, still alive on the inside, they grant you the most thrilling superpowers. However, I can't go along without familiar landscapes. Already ruined lands make me melancholic because of all the fun has happened without me. Disgusting. Allow me. This is something less radioactive. Amazingly, I haven't thrown up yet. It feels like I've been flushed twice through an interdimensional toilet. I clear my throat. Seems like I'm sitting at a table. Much better, wouldn't you agree? Couldn't be better. It's beautiful here, and strange. Is this your home? I prefer the dump. Well, maybe. Okay, it would be nice for now. Words of a true poet care. My two favourite categories, strange and beautiful. This place is much more than a home. It's my cage, and my greatest canvas for creativity. Every ugly tree, every mad toad, every eye-bearing mushroom, it's all a piece of me. A marvellous place, except when the rocks grow legs and start running, including those that people make their homes out of. And now you're part of this place too. Isn't it wonderful? I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. The fireflies here are quite charming, but it'd be better without the frog with the human face. Oh, I didn't even notice this little guy. The frog notices me too. It lets out a sad croak and then looks at me with an expression of deep existential despair. Say nothing about the frog with the human face. Point at the frog with the human face. Who is that? That's 𝗪𝗚𝗓, one of the brave souls who dared to challenge my authority. My dear friend, who once walked the path of adventure. However, he didn't foresee the possibility of being turned into a frog on a whim. He even tried to wield a sword with his tiny froggy legs, fought to the end, a true warrior. Now, however, his foes are mosquitoes and bigger frogs. Tell me, dear, does he bother you? His little existential froggy crisis, I mean. Is it ruining the ambience? He looks at me with an interested expression. Hold on, I don't want to make a decision yet. What exactly did 𝗪𝗚𝗓 do? Yes, please, disintegrate him. Can you remove him gently? He's suffered enough. I don't mind 𝗪𝗚𝗓. No, I want him to watch. Let's ask what he did. What did this walking sack of manure do, besides try to kill me? Oh, plenty. He swung a sword blazing with righteous fury or some such nonsense. He dared to come to my home, a world born of my shattered mind, and dictate what the natural order should be, such an audacious, vile creature. He made such repulsive noises, clanking, grumbling, shouting, praying, threatening, moralising. The last part was the hardest to endure. But as it turns out, holiness doesn't prevent frogification or charification. I found various uses for 𝗪𝗚 over the years of our friendship. Oh, the fall of the great 𝗪𝗚. I don't know if I'm saying this name right at all. The funniest Tuesday of this century. A Tuesday filled with pomp, irony and croaking. Maybe he could break the spell. Perhaps he's learned his lesson. Alright, I guess I'd also turn someone who tried to kill me into a frog. Got it. I don't want to tell him what to do. I'll just say got it. Good. Understanding is the first step. The next is complete misunderstanding. My absolute favourite. You make no sense. Ah yes, I believe we're discussing the fate of this frog. He looks at me with an interested expression. I'm going to say I don't mind, 𝗪𝗚. You don't mind? Excellent. I think he really sets the tone for the whole clearing, aesthetically. A living monument to the consequences of poor life choices. 𝗪𝗚, did you hear that? The lady grants you a stay of execution. What? You may continue your pitiful, mosquito-infested existence. So dinner. I'm sure you must be starving. Travelling between realities must be exhausting. This looks strange, but it smells delicious. Meat with honey? And next to the meat, a purple soup, possibly made from a less fortunate cashier. Whether the food is poisoned or not, if I refuse, His Highness might turn me into a frog too, so I pick up a fork from the table. And this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. It's 100 times better than these cheap instant noodles I usually buy in supermarkets. Even the fact I'm currently in some other universe, surprisingly, doesn't seem to harm my appetite. Seems you enjoy our cuisine. My chefs has always managed to cook well, on those occasions when I noticed it. I assure you, you won't regret this dinner. At least, not for the first half hour after the meal. What does that mean? Yes, thank you. You are very kind. This is the best purple goo in my miserable life as a miserable cashier. Why are you doing all this? The dinner, the teleports, all that. Thank you for the food on my plate, not staring back at me. Let's ask him this. Do you like that? Or did he not like that? I can't tell, there was 2 little hearts. Why? What a delightfully pointless question, even by my standards. Oh, I don't know if he liked that, because I couldn't tell if it was like a heartbreak or just a heart. I do it because I can. I do it because the alternative is crushing grey, predictable boredom. Boredom, boredom, boredom. I brought you here, Kay, because for the first time in a very, very long time, you are not boring. Because you fear me less than my subjects do, and you can hold a meaningful, albeit questionable, conversation, unlike my subjects. Believe me, when you oh my god, please stop giving me big words to say. Believe me, when you're interlocutors, I'm absolutely massacring this. When your interlocutor's mind is as sturdy as wet paper, all the joy of conversation quickly evaporates. Maybe it's because you keep turning them into animals. Yeah, let's say that. That's exactly what I mean, my dear. What an amazingly insightful observation. You are a thorn in my sinful side. However, it's only a punishment for the most audacious ones. A ruler, both god and monster, but no one ever wants to see the other side. And that's truly a pity. What if it's as good as the first side? Or, conversely, terrifying? It would be so exciting to find out. I poke at the food with my fork and watch the peculiar scenery from the corner of my eye. A silence hangs between us that might even be called cosy, were I under heavy narcotics. Don't ask silly questions, return to eating. What's your favourite animal? No, I want to still be me, and I would ask silly questions like this. Glad you ask. It's right here on our plate. Just kidding, but I do need some time to think. Let's see. The riding flea has its own charms, very disgusting ones. Cavernous butterflies are beautiful, but they're dumb and noisy, and as we know, only what's empty inside makes a noise, or what's in my head, it's always ringing. I think it's a dog. It loves its owner with all its heart, whether they're a saint or a serial killer. It doesn't know the difference. Oh, Darian, me and you are gonna clash now because I'm a cat person. It lives in a constant joyful state of blissful ignorance and misplaced enthusiasm. A creature that finds endless joy in the utterly meaningless. It's truly inspiring. Dogs are the jesters of the animal world, and I adore them for it. Especially the small, wrinkly ones. And what about you? Oh, it's letting me say cats. Cats, to them, we're probably the jesters. Oh, indeed. They are the true rulers of this reality, tiny furry gods of apathy and disdain, and we are their obedient, foolish caretakers. But I've been lucky enough to escape their tyranny and instead enjoy my own and feed those around me. I return to my meal, and just as I chew another bite, I hear His Highness's voice. By the way, how does the meat taste? Is the human flesh tender enough? Has he fed me human? My fork freezes halfway. Why the hell is the human flesh on my plate? Vomit. Swallow with difficulty. Yes, thank you. Quite tender. Not as tasty as the one I had the day before yesterday. Chew while looking him in the eye. You're the law here. Yeah, I kind of don't want to say these two because it's predictable. I'm going to challenge him. I'm going to say this. I meet his gaze slowly and with all authority, place a piece of meat in my mouth and begin to chew without breaking eye contact. I can't ever remember seeing someone so shocked in my life. His mad grin vanishes, his eyes widen, and his own fork freezes halfway to his mouth. For one precious, glorious, sweet moment, the Lord of Chaos is completely and utterly baffled. My dear, you are a true treasure. You didn't just call my bluff, you raised the stakes to the sky. No, it's certainly not human. It's just venison, and as far as I can tell by taste, not very intelligent. It's definitely not Timmy, our carpenter, who unexpectedly disappeared near the large kitchen cauldron, perfectly sized to fit in. Definitely not. Okay, I've got no idea whether I'm actually eating human or not. I've personally issued several decrees related to cannibalism, perhaps even concerning its prohibition, but that's besides the point. I rarely have visitors, and I'd like to tell you about other interesting guests. After all, it's the most fascinating thing I can share with you. For a place where mushrooms with eyes grow, it can be incredibly dull here. Really? Shadows in the clearing thicken and stir. They detach from the gnarled trees, rising up from the ground like black ink, and spread across the wall. Dancing and intertwining, they prepare to perform at their master's whim. Behold, this incredibly crooked castle, my dear. Crooked to the point of absurdity. In reality, its curves look far more aesthetic, but give the creator some leeway for expressiveness. Many brave and not so bright souls have tried to conquer this terrifying, dark, eerie, crooked castle. So many that it became even more crooked. You see, the dreadful monster living there never liked being distracted from its important duties. Terribly important duties, like having long, deep conversations with its own reflection, or concocting recipes with raisins. So far, the scariest thing in this story is the presence of raisins. I'm going to say that because I hate raisins. Yes, you do understand. They are a real horror, aren't they? Tiny shriveled bits of deception. They pretend to be sweet, but they are just made to ruin. They ruin lovely cookies, ruin family photos. They have no place in civilized society. Oh, how I understand them. The monster was a tyrant, a menace. He sowed chaos and disorder, mostly on purpose. He had countless opportunities for creativity and wasn't afraid to use them. Is he talking about himself here? He made some people believe they were pigeons and others that they were grains. He wouldn't allow his best servants to have windows, fearing that the moon and both suns would get envious and want to take them away, and he demanded they seal the gaps in the doors well. He locked wizards who came to him for magical gifts in a giant laboratory and promised them power if they invented a kettle that could boil everything except water. That's unusual. Who won, the pigeons or the grains? Did they eventually invent the kettle? Let's ask the kettle one. Invent it, or they did much more. After 11 years of failed prototypes, a few explosions, and chemicals running away on their own legs, they succeeded. The kettle could boil even bright memories, but not water. Water would instantly freeze, explode, and file for divorce. I immediately rewarded them with a new invention idea, a cup with a sealed top and without a bottom. Let's see how they handle that. But I digress. But behold, a ray of light in the Dark Kingdom, the first hero, Sir Lorelei the Righteousness in all his clanging, self-important glory. I guess that this is Darian then, that he's talking about himself. He took a knee to rest briefly because the weight of his righteousness was bad for the health of his poor back. Following rumours spread by the same monster, he fought his way through the monster's loyal subjects too. By the way, where did he even find them? Most of my subjects are too busy contemplating the colour of suspenders for their suspenders or laminating their fate. I cherish them in their imperfection. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They were probably the most restless of them. Every story needs minions. In any case, our hero descended into the Grotto of Despair, the Grotto of Tentacles. Imagine the most sinister name you can conjure. The Grotto of my parents' disappointment in me. Oh, but if they could see you now, you're a royal audience, they would be proud of you. No, actually, they wouldn't be proud if they got to know me better, but in that case, it's good too. You won't be alone under the weight of their disappointment. My dude, I was joking. But let's not get sidetracked. Into the grotto of your parents' disappointment in you, our hero descended to retrieve an artifact capable of defeating the Monster King. The Ring of Incredible Power. A bit shoddily crafted, but I assure you, it looks more aesthetic in real life. However, the brave king didn't know that the incredible power of the ring lay in its 440 pound weight. That was its only magical property. The only thing incredible about this ring was its incredible stupidity and uselessness. The realisation that he spent weeks of his life on a divinely heavy paperweight, and the sudden, crushing thought that he should have become a baker instead of a hero, just to get some sleep. Well, it broke his poor noble mind, not that this mind was ever intended for serious burdens. No, the knight. Yes, to hell with you, the knight. Nod meaningfully, waiting for him to continue. Let's say this one. A bit of gloating, a touch of delightful deserved cynicism, or splendid. How wonderful that we shared this dish together. So, the knight perished. But then, along came 𝗪𝗛𝗡𝗏. They say he earned his nickname by escaping from an enemy fortress. On the third day of his captivity, he noticed that his prison cell was lacking the fourth wall. An archer of legendary skill who tried to kill me with a precise shot, constantly, during breakfast, while bathing, at balls, during sleep, and even while I was devising a plan to get rid of him. The audacity. I hate just killing them. Turning them into madmen is much more fun. And I bestowed a little curse upon the elf as well. I made it so that every time he drew his bowstring, he'd hear the most annoying melody to his ears. Elmer was a terrible racist. He hated dwarfs, so naturally, the melody became the national anthem of the dwarfs, played in a loop by a bagpipe orchestra. The pure rage it provoked derailed his aim every time. This is pretty funny. Eventually he stormed the castle, dropped his bow and begged for a job at my court in exchange for changing the song to anything else. He was desperate, and I was a villain. Everything aligned incredibly well. I really like Darian just from this story, or Darian however you say his name. Now he's my royal huntsman. The dwarf march is replaced with a lively elven sea shanty, and let no one dare accuse me of being callous and heartless. Now he has a salary, good food, clothing, entertainment, and a full guarantee of non-dismemberment. You missed the opportunity to change his dwarf national anthem to Dwarf Serenades. A happy ending, right? Let's say that. K, where were you before? Horse odes and comparisons to long stalactites. God, I did not know how to say most of these words. Endless rhymed verses about the shrine of a beloved's beard. It's a refined, devilish thing. Why didn't I think of it myself? Well, I'll steal your idea for the future. And finally, the witch, and a classic giant hat under which you could easily fit another witch. She tried a different approach, seduction. She attempted to charm me, to gain my trust, to become my spouse. A fatal miscalculation. She didn't consider the fact that I never trusted big hats, or people, especially when both came hand in hand. And those who wear suspenders and a belt at the same time, a person who doesn't even trust their own pants, certainly doesn't earn the trust of His Highness. Then again, I don't trust His Highness either. I don't trust myself, especially the left side of my brain, especially on Thursdays. But back to hats. I hate big hats too. I adore big hats. Let's say I hate big hats too. You are my kindred spirit. Those hats are so pretentious, so self-assured. They block the view, get stuck in doorways, and always hint that the wearer is compensating for something. Usually, lack of magical talent, or a pitiful personality, and that's on a good day. You, my dear Kate, have impeccable taste in headwear and consequently in everything else. It's a scientifically proven fact. Meanwhile, the witch was quite overt in her murderous intentions, jingling with all her concealed weapons. Why does a witch need so many hidden blades? She must have been very bad at witchery. In any case, she now resides in my dungeon, and you see, I haven't decided what to do with her yet. Her fate is a blank slate, a story yet to be written, so I offer you the pen. I simply adore random choices. Give me yours, Kay. What punishment befits her? My God, he's making me decide? What? Does he really want me to decide what to do with a real person? Can I even save her? And does it matter what I choose? Everything here follows his whims anyway, but as long as I play the circus monkey, I have a chance to get out of here alive. Maybe I should just entertain him? Damn, what should I do? I think the craziest thing would be to spare her. No one would expect that. Turn her into a hat, a small one. Refuse to decide her fate. I'm going to play along. The one who lived by a big hat shall become a small hat. The irony is so absurd it's beautiful. So be it. Let her be a small cap of eternal regret. She's a little hat? She tried to get into my head and now she can barely cover it. A brilliant sentence. Something's missing from this tale. You never told me about the monster itself. I suppose that's the end of the tale. No, let's find out about him. Dear, who cares about these monsters anyway? I do. If the monsters are the mock, then I'm the pig, you see. How eloquent. Alright. I must admit, this will be my first performance like this. Dirian sounds a bit bewildered, it seems. Allow me to just toss up my mind and see how it lands. You see, the monster was originally much more modest and less majestic, but we all have to start somewhere, right? I really like this music. It sounds like something out of Resident Evil. Or Undertale. It's going more Undertale now. Then, my head suddenly became a bit crowded. First whispers, then arguments, then full-fledged discussions that had to be participated in, and involved inanimate objects. Guests in a jar, doors, closets, even cookie jars. Every container a potential foe, and I was surrounded by containers. To be fair, sometimes they told funny stories. But why was I afflicted with this curse? Pondering it drives me mad, even more so. It seems the question is meant for me. Were you cursed for arrogance, greed? Did you touch the cursed artifact? Maybe some ring of yours? Does your family have anything in common with the Habsburgs? Does your family have anything in common with Habsburgs? Ha, my lady, that's so mundane, but that's exactly what happened. You've guessed it. It's all about rotten blood. Too pure, I beg your pardon. My great-grandfather issued a decree forbidding death from old age, and a distant aunt believed a colony of sentient mould was living in her walls, claiming her inheritance. But I always thought that I would be spared this fate. I had to be temporarily isolated to avoid embarrassing guests at royal balls, with the young prince pointing at noble laws and saying, haha, the gnomes finally got out from under my bed. What a misfortune for the entire family, except for those in line for the throne before me. My death would have solved many problems for my family, and indeed many of my own problems too. I made a decision, we made it, to be precise, that there was already a whole council of us by then. However, chaos had other plans, a god, a goddess, a cosmic clerical error, I don't know. Something ancient and terribly bored found itself a new source of entertainment. It offered me a throne, my own corner of reality to rule, where the fragments of my mind would become the laws of the land. No more restrictions or pants for my subjects if I wished. My subjects, at first, they disagreed, but then they came to terms, or their minds changed to fit the new realities. And here I am. A dramatic silence ensues. Perhaps I'm the first being to hear this story in the centuries of his existence. I must choose my next words carefully. Will you give me a tip? I really sympathise with you and all your multiple personalities. So you're still in a cage. It must be rather lonely here. How can you just lock a family member in a tower? It's unthinkable. Thank you for your story. Okay, let's say I really sympathise with you and all your multiple personalities, because I'm curious what you have to say about that. Or don't wish your sympathy on me or them. Many of them are awful people, though some are quite decent. Not you, Jerome, you're the worst. A crooked hole in the pie. But that's like feeling sorry for an earthquake, anyway, or rising food prices. Only I decide who I can sympathise with. Right now I choose you. Nod meaningfully, acknowledging his point. Let's say that. And let's have a quiet chuckle. Do you really sympathise with someone who dragged you into his dimension to tell silly stories and feed you purple goo? People never cease to amaze me. Touch his hand. Okay, let's see where this goes. Following a strange impulse, I reach out to his hand resting on the table. His gaze slowly follows my movement, lower into our hands. This time, no commentary. Instead, his thumb begins to trace patterns on the back of my hand with surprising tenderness. The shadows finally dissolved into nothingness. I just turned a living being to a hat, or rather, became the catalyst for it. I wonder what kind of nightmares are warranted in such a case. I'm afraid royal duties await me. Our time is up. I shall send you back here. No, don't go. I've grown to like him now. I rise from the chair. And suddenly, I feel him press against my back. Oh my god. One of his hands grips me just above the crook of my elbow, while the other gently rests under my chin, tilting my head back until my ear is just a couple of centimetres from his lips. But don't think for a second that this is goodbye. It was merely an overture. His voice, usually so mocking and calm, now sounds eerily sinister. A cold thumb lightly strokes the line of my jaw. I try to suppress a shiver. You were a very interesting, incredibly curious guest, possibly the most curious one I've had in centuries. And I found that I don't want our acquaintance to end here. Yes! It's terribly unfair that you've learned a couple of my secrets and revealed so few of yours, isn't it? I can't tell whether he's flirting or threatening. Both, perhaps? A bird trapped in a cage of bills, failures, and endless anxiety. How high could you fly once the cage is opened? Your shift will end, the sun will rise, and you'll want to head home. Perhaps on something more elegant than a bus. Maybe in a carriage of polished bones. Interesting. We will meet again, Kay, very, very soon. And next time, I won't let you go so quickly. Please don't. I squeeze my eyes shut. The light is blinding even with my eyes closed. So unusual after all this darkness. The jar is full of money. It was all worth it. Greetings, organism. How is your work progressing? I see the first transaction was successful. Acceptable. This still doesn't save you from the threat of cleaning sanitary facilities, but it's a wonderful starting point for your entire tiny life. Even more than successful, the client tried to fill the entire station with money, probably due to extreme affection for you, organism. Okay, did I do good then? Unfortunately, the terms of the Intergalactic Treaty do not allow such actions, tips exceeding the amount set by the Council by approximately... I am not going to even attempt to say that. Were disintegrated to my great regret. To my regret as well. So, a mad god from another world likes me. In some sense, that's probably worse than not being liked at all. Hell yeah, it is. He's cute. The first client sent me to another dimension and nearly turned me into a cash register. Work is going well, sir. Can I quit? Let's just say work is going well. Let's keep it simple. Excellent. Maintain this level of productivity. You may be rewarded with an additional 5 minutes feeding break for you if you can find food. Rejoice in my generosity. Continue working. I'm experiencing a positive emotional reaction. I am proud of you, and I will be even prouder if you acquire even more currency. Goodbye, Mr. Manager. Goodbye, Mr. Manager. Your tentacles shine particularly beautiful at this time of day. Oh, your comment regarding the shine of my appendages is noted, organism. The secret is a meticulous regime of polishing them with void bib OK slime. Goodbye. Goodbye, Bob. Nice seeing you. He slaps across the floor to his office. As soon as Bob's rhythmic wet slaps fade away, a deep silence descends on the station. One moment I'm in a surreal forest, dining on purple goo with a mad god. A god who liked me so much that he offered me a ride back to his world in a carriage made of bones. The next moment, I'm being praised by a multi-eyed tentacle monster. Maybe these are all just my deathbed hallucinations. I'm going insane. Some part of me enjoys these mad adventures. God, give me back my bills, my noodles, my arguments with strangers on the internet. No, we don't. I'm enjoying this. Let's say I'm going insane. Some part of me enjoys these mad adventures. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Disgusting. Now I have to deal with that too. In the midst of my contemplation, terrifying sounds emanate from my boss's office. Unfair bills. Unacceptably large numbers. Of course. What else could upset him so much if not that? Steps. Another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil. And delicate lilies on his way. Who is this? I really like his design. He's not just unwell, he looks like hell. Literally. All the skin on the left side is torn off from his jaw to his temple. I swallow nervously. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been through? He looks like someone who could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. Okay, so before we meet this new character, I am going to leave this here as I would like each episode to be about all the different monsters that you can date in this game. So don't worry, there will be more of this coming out very, very soon. It'll probably be my next few videos where I'll just be playing this game. So if you aren't subscribed already, make sure you do so you don't miss all the parts of this series. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I have very, very much enjoyed playing this game and I'm so looking forward to continue playing it. And I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button as it really does help me out, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!